Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, text number 14. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shirada Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shiradhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yes, this chapter is known as the most confidential knowledge. And text number 14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridarabrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. The translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Purport. The Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. A Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising his holy names, his eternal form, his transcendental qualities, and his uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all these things. Therefore, a Mahatma is attracted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is attached to the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyotir, is not described as Mahatma in the Bhagavad Gita. He is described as a different way in the next verse. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Remembering him. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve at the ultimate end the association of the Supreme Lord in any one of the 5 transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, and vocal, everything in the service of the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna, that is called full Krishna consciousness. In devotional service, there are certain activities which are called determined, such as fasting on certain days, like the 11th day of the moon, Ekadashi, or on the appearance day of the Lord. All these rules and regulations are offered by the great acharyas for those who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental world. The Mahatmas, great souls, strictly observe all these rules and regulations, and therefore they are sure to achieve the desired result. As described in the second verse of this chapter, not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in a happy mood. Beautiful. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service, guided by an expert spiritual master, and in any position, either as a householder or a sannyasi or a brahmachari, in any position and anywhere in the world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become actually Mahatma, a great soul. Translation: always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. So really, this is my one of the favorite verses from Bhagavad Gita. I'm sure all of you have one or more than one favorite verses you have for our inspiration, right? So this is one of them. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. That's the real point here. To become Nitya Yukta, Upasate. The first word Satatam Kirtayanto means Nitya Yukta, Upasate. Okay, before that, let's understand Shri Krishna is speaking about the Mahatma. Who are the Mahatmas? The devotees of Lord Krishna is known as Mahatma. There's 2 points to consider here. This verse, Krishna is speaking, perpetually worship me, or constantly or non-stop worshiping. The point to consider, do we really desire that, hanker that? One, do we really hanker that? Do we feel it's absolutely important for me? Or later, not now? So many thoughts are there, right? Why? Because actually we cannot perceive the value of being engaged constantly or non-stop in the service of the Lord. This is one point. Do I really have that desire, intense hankering? Second point is, okay, I hanker. I really deeply desire to remain engaged in the loving devotional service to Lord. Then how to do it, right? So whoever has that desire or hankering or longing or yearning for Krishna, for his devotional service, then they will consider or try to understand, how can I achieve it? And Srila Prabhupada gave us the explanation, or he expanded this verse beautifully. So let's try to understand. Shri Krishna says, Satatam Kirtayantuman, and Kirtan has two forms, right? One is Sankirtan and another is Japa. Nam Sankirtan and Nam Japa. Both are Sankirtan or Kirtan. Kirtan means glorification. This glorification, Srila Prabhupada says, name glorification, Rupa glorification, Guna glorification, Leela and Dham all together. How can I glorify all and every aspect of Krishna completely? Is there any process in this Kali Yuga? Within this lifetime, when we are so much entangled in so many responsibilities or duties, life is short, abilities are so less, lots of responsibilities, duties. Can I achieve that goal? Now, let's make it more clear. What is my goal? First, we have to ascertain. And we've been hearing that to achieve Krishna Prem is the goal. Attainment of Krishna Prem or attainment of Krishna are same. Is this my goal? In other words, more specifically, is this my only goal? Or I have multiple goals? Those things are coming up over here. Before we enter into that process, how to achieve. First, we have to fix our mind, ourselves. What do I want in this lifetime? What do I really want very deeply? What is my deep, deep desire within the core of my heart? Find it out. Because if we really understand what is my goal, means what do I want very deeply, by getting that, I'll be completely satisfied and happy. We all have that. Hankering is natural for the soul. We can recognize that I have hankerings or desires or intense longing to achieve. And I believe that will make me very happy and satisfied in my life. Generally, we do for material things. I want to be materially very prosperous. I want to be very materially happy, well situated, etc., etc. Out of those, one could be your very specific goal. Without achieving it, I should not die. Or I can sacrifice everything to achieve my goal. That kind of determination we all have. Deep down into the heart, if we search, we all can find. Or sometimes we may not understand what is that the thing that will make me completely satisfied without any hankering. Completely heart will be peaceful. We do not know actually. So it is very important to realize what is my goal. Then we can discuss this point, how to achieve that goal. Goal is this actually. Ultimately, we come to understand. So the goal of life for human being is not material, because soul is not material. If we realize by factually, we are going through these points in Bhagavad Gita, in reality, that we are not material beings, we are spiritual. So goal should be also spiritual. Here is the point. I have my all knowledge of Gita, right? Fine. But still, I feel I have so many things to achieve in this material world as my goal. And I deeply believe in that those achievements will make me happy. So first of all, we have to ascertain understanding the goal of human life, and then understanding what is my goal as a human being. Or more specifically, after coming to the Krishna consciousness movement, we've been hearing the goal of life is love of Godhead, Krishna Prem. But do I accept as my goal or only goal or all that I want in my life? And I believe in deeply in the heart that that will make me completely satisfied and happy, blissful. This consideration is very important in our life. Human life is not just ordinary life. Human beings are very special form because Krishna has given his form to us. Very wonderful way Krishna said this Bhagavad Gita to us. What is this very wonderful point he said? That Mamaivangsha Jivaloke, Jivabhuta Sanatana, all the living beings are mine. This point only the human being can understand. Other than human being, no one can understand that the soul or the whole being, I am, whatever I am, actually part and parcel of Krishna. So long I was thinking I'm the part of this country, community, family, company, job, whatever, or any organization, this or that. Now Gita says, Krishna, that you are mine. Simply you are mine, my part and parcel. Unless we realize that we are all Krishna's, how can we be engaged in his service? How can I make the goal of my life is Krishna's pleasure? How can I make goal that being engaged in Krishna's service is the goal of life? So with this point, everything is related. If we really understand this is my goal, then I'll value that and I will sacrifice anything to achieve the goal. So let's understand. Krishna says, you are mine. All the living being is mine. But all the living beings, they do not realize this point. So except human being, all the other forms of life, they can stay in this material world, going through the cycle of birth and death, and eventually they will come up to the form of human life. But for the human life, we, the souls, after long process of evolution, can have come to the platform of human life. Now Krishna is expecting this from us, that we would understand the real goal, purpose of life by realizing that we are all Krishnas. This one single word can make whole difference. Krishna says that all the living beings are part and parcel of mine eternally. So nobody can claim, has any claim over us. Krishna has so much love and adhikar, claim that you are mine. Just it's a matter of accepting that point. Yes, Krishna, I'm yours. As soon as we accept that, our lives change forever. Just by realizing this point, what Krishna is speaking, out of love, out of so much concern for us, and ultimately also Krishna is hankering us. What is he is hankering? To go back to him and join him in his eternal sweet pastimes and live with him, enter into his association. That's the point Srila Prabhupada is making. So goal of life is to enter into the association of Krishna. You know, he repeated this line twice in the purport. How can we desire to enter into the association of Krishna if we are not deeply convinced about it, that we are already his and we cannot be any others? This is a natural situation. We do not have any connection with the material energy. We have all connection with Krishna. We are Krishnas. It's a matter of accepting and being transformed into that way. What are we doing? We think we are doing, we are following regulative principles of bhakti yoga. But this is not exactly bhakti yoga, what we are following. What we are following, we have that perception or feeling that I belong to this place and I am performing bhakti for Krishna. But the Krishna's point is, actual bhakti is you belong to Krishna, then you stay here as Krishnas. Just opposite. Just opposite. Mamai vangsha jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. We are already Krishnas. So that conviction and feelings, natural perception should be also there. Yes, I'm yours. I am here. It's not the problem. Problem is who I belong to. The sense of belonging to someone is the important. If I have the sense of belonging to this material world, so I am connected with the material world, and the result is the cycle of birth and death will continue perpetually because of this perception or conviction or feeling. Generally, our goal of life is our comforts, material prosperities, material success, and we use Krishna as the means. Oh Krishna, help me. Oh Krishna, help me to achieve this. Oh Krishna, help me to achieve that. We are using Krishna to achieve our material goal. This is completely opposite principle of bhakti. And what bhakti? Pure bhakti. And this verse is about pure bhakti. If our goal is material, and if we are using Krishna to achieve material goal, is this bhakti? No. It's not bhakti. Yes, it is good also. Why? We are approaching Krishna, but it is not pure bhakti. Pure bhakti is already I have become Krishna's. Mamai vangsha jivaloke. And I'm serving Krishna by being his Krishna, by his part and parcel, his servant, his friend. So rasas, 5 rasas, Srila Prabhupada says, to achieve, where's that? He said that, you know, we enter into relationship as his friend, as his servant, and as his, parent or has beloved, like that. Here it says, or somewhere. Anyway, so because we are transcendental rasas, because we are his. If we are not convinced, then how can we enter into the relationship? Rasa means relationship. So this verse can be understood when we understand that we are already Krishna's. Temporarily we are here. By being his part and parcel, his servant, we are here. There's no problem. Just like a chaste wife always remains husband's possession. Being the husband, she can do anything. Anywhere she can go, she can achieve anything, there's no problem. But the sense of being to one person, he's my husband, that is always there. Similarly, the devotees have that perception. I belong to Krishna. I'm here, but I belong to Krishna. Because Krishna has the full claim over us. This one is very important. So we have understood goal is Krishna Prema, to achieve Krishna or Krishna Prema, because we're already Krishna. So therefore the process is never difficult because we're already Krishnas. Krishna has claimed us as his own. So already we are his. So there's no impediments. There will be no impediments. If the material things are not in between, there will be no impediments. So we must be convinced. Now, when we chanting is here coming. The holy name chanting means the kirtan or glorification. Glorification of who? Krishna in fullness. This chanting is so powerful that through chanting we can achieve goal within the short period of life, within this lifetime. This is the most specific, targeted, and most powerful process in this Kali Yuga, which if we adopt this process with full conviction that this only process will give me the full success, then there's no problem. Why I'm saying how to achieve it? First, we have to be convinced about the goal and the process. Now we are going to explain. Krishna also says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tangs tataiva bhajamyaham. What is the meaning of that verse? As you are surrendering unto me, I also reciprocate to you with similarly. Reciprocation is there, right? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tangs tataiva bhajamyaham. That is chapter 4, text 11. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. This point is very important. That means we should never think that this is one-sided. Okay, I'm desiring to be engaged in the service of the Lord, and Krishna is not reciprocating, he is just receiving my service. It is not the thing. He says, I reward, or bhajami, I also worship. I also worship that person. I reciprocate. So it's two-way, or two persons are involved in devotional service. Devotee, devotional service, and the person to be served, Krishna. Three things are together. So this is so wonderful understanding, right? When we begin the devotional life, we understand the other side, Krishna is there. He is reciprocating with us constantly. As we are surrendering, as we are approaching to him, as we are progressing, Krishna is also reciprocating. This assurance is so wonderful. That gives us so much inspiration to be completely engaged in devotional service. So we understand Krishna is always with us and always reciprocating us, our endeavor, and all the way helping us. Now, going back to this text 14, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantascha Didarabrata. Kirtan means chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. once one person, I don't know whether a newsman or Indian or somewhere, asked Srila Prabhupada that I see all your followers are always chanting. Well, where is that in Gita? It is mentioned about chanting. Srila Prabhupada then said this, Satatam Kirtayantumam. Satatam Kirtayantumam, this chanting is the glorification of Krishna in fullness. Samkirtam means sammak rupena kirtanam, complete glorification. See, we do not know any other process which can completely glorify Supreme Lord. But one process given by Krishna in the form of devotee, his own devotee, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, gave us the process. This process is already there in the Vedas, but he gave specifically for the people in Kali Yuga. Why? Also, given us the knowledge of power of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, as in the Sikshashtakam, Krishna Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is not just ordinary sound vibration. This sound vibration, holy name, is Krishna. Be convinced about it. How the Krishna has placed all his own power in the holy name. The verse says that Nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamito smarane nakala. Nija sarva shakti, his own personal potency, all sarva. Infinite Lord has infinite power. That infinite Lord has placed his infinite power in one name of Krishna. So can we fathom, can we measure the power of name, holy name, and chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? We cannot. We don't have any capacity to measure. Just like I do not have any capacity to measure the power of $10 million or $20 million or $1 billion, $1 trillion. I do not have, for me, it's just number. Yes, I can fathom $1 million, $10,000, $100, $5, $10. The power, buying power, we can perceive. Okay, I have $100 bill. I can buy these things. The power we can perceive. But this large number we cannot perceive. What does that mean? What does the mean of infinite? Which has no beginning, no end, no nothing, no boundary. We cannot perceive. Krishna just gave us a little example of the sky. Sky has no limit. Similarly, power of the holy name has no limit. And Mahaprabhu gave us that chanting method and the holy name to everyone to achieve the goal of life. What is the goal of life? Achieving Krishna Prema. This Krishna Prema has been placed into the holy name. And specifically, Krishna also chanted in the form of Mahaprabhu. And in the Golok Dham, Radharani also chants this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna also. And when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we please Radha Krishna both. When you say Hare, Krishna is happy. When you say Krishna, Radharani is happy. The divine couple, Yugal Mantra Naam, Radha Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because we do not understand even little value of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are not interested. We feel this is the most difficult task for us. Other hard works are easy, but chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, 16 rounds is the most difficult task. Because we do not understand the value. We think it is piece of glass, actually it is diamond. And we are treating as a piece of glass. all sorts of problems can be solved by the power of Krishna. All sorts of requirements can be achieved by the power of Krishna. Our goal can be achieved by the power of Krishna. Where from that power of Krishna we can achieve, it is in the holy name. This is so simple understanding, but it's very difficult to perceive and to take full advantage. This Kirtan, Nam Sankirtan, is everything. Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Mahaprabhu said this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Kalau nastyeva, nastyeva, nastyeva. Gatir anyatha. No other process to achieve the gati, means destination or goal of life. This one process can take us to the ultimate goal of life, achieving love of Godhead. If we realize that's the goal I really deeply hanker. So you will hanker to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. When we hanker to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with full conviction and faith that will take us to the goal, then you keep on chanting. Very lovingly you accept chanting and you chant. Finish your first the promise that we have done before our spiritual master. At least 16 rounds I would chant a day. Fine, but with love, because you realize each word that we chant Hare Krishna are not material. Swayam Krishna, there's no difference between name and the named. Just chant. Give yourself a try. Chant. Satatam kirtayantu mam. Krishna is ordering. Mahaprabhu said, Kirtanya Sadahari. Chant. Have little courage and patience. Give yourself a favor. Do it a favor. Chant. When we chant and we understand the other side, Krishna is also chanting with me. Ye yata mam prapadyante tangs tataiva bhajamyam. And he gives full facility, bhajami. He also worships me. When we chant Krishna's name, Krishna chants my name. When I remember Krishna, Krishna remembers me. In this way, devotional life, spiritual life is so joyful. So sukham kartum avayam. It's not at all hackneyed or difficult. Why it is difficult? Because we don't want to do it. If we want to do it, it's easy. With full conviction that I'm not alone doing one-sided. Krishna is also there. He's reciprocating. See, immediately you will have so much spiritual strength inside and enthusiasm and inspiration. As I am chanting Krishna's name, Krishna is also chanting my name. Means he is also enjoying this chanting and he is also remembering me. Easy way to perform all processes of devotional service by taking up this process, chanting. Anywhere, everywhere, anytime, every time we can chant. First, we can chant on beads, completing our promise. And if it is not possible again to chant on bead, no problem, in your mind, manasik jap. Japas are also mainly three kinds. One is by sounding out, Ucha Isvara, loud chanting. Another is just moving the tongue, but the sound do not go outside, inside. You can only hear, not anyone. It's called Vaikhari Japa, or through the lips you are chanting, sound is not going outside, it's inside. And another is Manasik Jap. The heart is chanting, or the soul is chanting, or your mind is chanting internally. Haridas Thakur used to chant so many rounds. Not all he would chant loudly. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, many rounds he would chant loudly for everyone, others can hear. Many rounds he would chant just whispering, and many rounds he would chant in his mind. So if we just practice, okay, I'm just standing, chant in the mind. I'm walking, chant in the mind. I'm doing something, chant in the mind. Anywhere, this is a little practice is required. Again, try to understand. If I am doing this chanting, Krishna is also chanting. Ye yata mam prapadyante. These factors, if we are not understanding properly, alone we cannot progress. If we think it is on my own strength I can progress, is impossible. Krishna is helping us in every step. Also Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name deshvasti na priya. Ye bhajante ye tu mam bhaktya mahi te teshu chapyaham. I'm equal to all. No one is, I do not envy anyone and no one is dear to me. But, who is always engaged in loving devotional service, he lives in my heart and I live in his heart. See that, so wonderful. If we accept Krishna in the heart, Krishna also accepts us in his heart. So when we realize these points, where's the difficulty? It's simply joyful process. Okay, Krishna, please come to my heart. When you install Krishna in your heart, Krishna also installs you. Again, je jathamam prapadante. Krishna is so personally trying to convince us that as you are trying to come to me, I'm also trying to get you. That verse is so beautiful. Ye bhajante tumam bhaktya mahite teshu. He entered into my heart and I enter into his heart. See that? This is both-sided. It's never one-sided. And when you realize we are enthusiastic, means very easy. So how to remain engaged constantly? Means constantly we can chant. You know, the advanced devotees, mature devotees, they try to chant at least 10, 12 hours. And it is doable actually, because that is goal. They always see Krishna is also doing the same thing with me. As we are chanting, Krishna is also chanting. As I'm engaged in his service, Krishna has taken me into his heart. Chanting means we try to fill our hearts with Krishna. The sound vibration should enter into the body through the ear or through the mind, right? Means Krishna is entering. The name and the named are non-different. Without accepting this chanting process, how can we remain constantly engaged in devotional service? Is there any other way? No. Many times people, devotees also say, I just think of Krishna all the time, remembering Krishna. Yes, remembering Krishna is our goal. But how to do it? Chanting. And everything must be constant, like Ananya Cheta Satatam, Yomam Smarati Nityasha. Smaran should be also non-stop. How? Non-stop chanting. In the mind you can chant. When you chant within your mind completely will become controlled and focused. Very powerful process. Why? All the potency of Krishna remains within. It's not coming out. When you loudly chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the potency also goes outwardly and touches the other living beings and they become benefited. When you chant totally within the heart, mentally, so whole potency remains inside. How powerful it is. then it pervades the whole body, in every cell and every tissue, and the blood, the sound enters, the potency of Krishna enters, and we become so Krishnaized, purified. You become Krishnaized completely, like electrocuted. If you touch the very strong voltage power, how would you feel? Immediately jolting will be there, or power will come to you and you'll be electrocuted. Same goal is ours, to become Krishnaized. So chanting Krishna enters into the heart and we become Krishnaized. Whole power, potency enters. It's so simple and can be done, because mind becomes so controlled, focused. Just try. Sometimes before even chanting, taking up the beads for chanting, just sit down quietly and try to chant in the mind, or within the heart, or within the soul. Just try for 5 minutes, 10 minutes maximum. Then you'll see your body becomes so peaceful, mind, intelligence, everything becomes so peaceful and controlled. And then you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Each chanting, each round should be so wonderful, because total focus is there in chanting the holy name. Otherwise, with the uncontrolled mind, when we chant, we cannot achieve the total benefit. It's difficult to chant even, because holy name, we cannot control the holy name. Let the holy name to control us, me. When mind is agitated, everywhere busy, something is going on in the mind, and then we start chanting and we try to control the holy name, cannot control. Holy name is supremely independent. Unless we beg beg the mercy from the holy name, mercifully you come on my tongue, mercifully you descend on my heart, mercifully come to my life, soul. Holy name, please regulate me. You please control me. Then holy name takes over. Otherwise, no. We do just opposite. We try to control the holy name as I want. I'm busy with so many things. I'm busy driving or those things. At the same time, I'm chanting. Cannot. It's not the service attitude. But in your mind, you can go and chanting. This is the beauty of. So here the whole point is, what's the time? Here is the whole point is that chanting is the process by which we can become engaged in constant service to the Lord, unbroken, until we have, sleep. Means now I cannot chant anything. When you go to bed to sleep, even then, just chant in your mind until you fall in sleep. That time I cannot do. And still, if we practice this way, the soul can go on chanting. This is so beautiful, because chanting or the holy name is controlling you. And we should give ourselves to the holy name to control me. Krishna would chant me, or the potency gives to chant. Arjun was so pure devotee of Krishna. Although He would sleep at night, but from his heart, the Krishna, Krishna name would come, sound would come. Even in his sleeping, he would chant Krishna, 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 Krishna. Mahaprabhu also sometimes would chant just Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahima. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam. Hari Haroy Namo Krishna, Jadavayo Namo, Gopal Govindo Ram, Shri Madhusudana. Hari Haroy Namo Krishna, Jadavayo Namo, Gopal Govindo Ram, Shri Madhusudana. These are the other chanting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu time to time would do. Sometimes to bring the mind completely under the control and at the lotus feet of holy name, we should do this. Like just chant few times the holy name. Even Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You see the mind will be very controlled, very obedient. And the sound vibration would be so sweet to us when mind is obedient, favorable to be engaged in the devotional service. The basic point again, the how to remain Nitya Yukta. Nitya Yukta means perpetually engaged, always engaged, 24 hours a day. So our goal is as much time as possible, remain engaged, purposely, voluntarily, and lovingly. And what's the process? Again, chanting. Chanting is the supreme process and supreme tapasya. That's why it is not possible for everyone to chant. Even 16 round is not so much quality chanting, because half-heartedly, without realizing the value, without understanding the benefits, we try to chant, we try to control the holy name. These are the wrong approaches. And some few verses from Bhagavad Gita can inspire us instantly. Before chanting, you see, ye yatamam parpadante tangs tataiva bhajamyaham. Krishna is also doing that. Gradually you understand the goal is Vasudeva Sarvamiti. This is Siddhavastha, perfectional state. Vasudeva is my goal. Sarvamiti. He is everything for me. He is everything. Some Mahatma Sudurlava. Krishna is speaking about the Mahatma here. Before 13, means 14, before 14, the 13, Mahatma. The Mahatmas are like that. They chant Satatam. They give their life into chanting. Yatantascha Dridhabrata. They, with great determination, they endeavor carefully. Yatana. And namastantascha mam bhakta, always remain very submissive. Namaste ka artha or meaning namo namaha, namah, namah. Not me, you. Being so submissive to Krishna and the holy name. Mam bhaktya, with devotion, love. The softness of the heart, the tenderness of the heart, the sweetness of the heart manifest. The attachment of the heart, the attraction of the heart manifest. This is called rasa. And Krishna already said in the 7th verse, be addicted to me. Mayi asakta manapartha yogam yunjan madashraya. We are addicted to the word, attached to the word, asakta chitta. Krishna says, become asakta chitta to me. That can be done being asakta to the holy name. Asakti is also a rasa, pleasure, the driving force for doing anything. See, in this world, some driving force is there behind any endeavor we do. A family man very enthusiastically go to the work, earn money for the family, for the comforts of the family. This is the driving force, and he gets some kind of pleasure and satisfaction. A mother does so many sacrifice or hard work for the satisfaction of the children. There is a rasa, driving force. A greedy businessman tries to acquire more and more profit. There is a driving force, greediness. Similarly, devotees have this driving force. What is that? Krishna asakti, attraction for Krishna. Krishna's pleasure is everything for me. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. This is perfectional stage. It comes bahunam janmanam ante, but can be achieved within this lifetime by the mercy and blessings of Mahaprabhu, because he gave us the most powerful process. Provided we realize this point, provided we have the deep hankering to achieve the goal of life, provided we have this great determination to become engaged in the devotional service, and there's a driving force, we get the pleasure out of it. When we see Krishna is happy and pleased, Krishna's driving force is that when we try to engage into the devotional service, Krishna reciprocates because he loves us. Ye yata mam prapadyante. In this way, we as the devotees of Krishna can achieve our goal of life in this lifetime. And this process and the goal must combine. If we just remember the process, do not remember the goal, it will be very difficult. Goal must be combined with the process. On the other hand, Krishna is there. You can see Krishna. Ye tata mam prapadyante. And the holy name is so wonderful. It is the means and it is the goal. Because this is holy name. This is Krishna. In Harinam Chintamani book, see, this is the Harinam Chintamani book in Bengali. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote it. I love to read almost every day. So in this book, in the third chapter, I'm sorry, this is my bookmark. In third chapter, Srila Haridas Thakur is speaking about the glories of the holy name. And that one very important point he said about Nam Aparad. What is that? He says, Nitya Sadho Name Sadhon Buddhi Kori Namer Mohima Nashi Aparadhe Mori. Nitya Sadhya. Sadhya means goal. Throughout the Chaitanya Charitamrita, two topics have been discussed. What is sadhya and what is sadhan? What is the goal of life and what is the means to achieve the goal of life? See, holy name is so powerful, it became our sadhan and sadhya, means to achieve the goal as well as goal. So if we just think it is the means to achieve the goal, it is wrong. This is namaparad. Whereas it is sadhya also. If we understand this is all about we have to achieve the holy name, who is Krishna, then sadhan becomes the sadhya immediately. Sadhya means goal of life achieved. as the burning power is naturally there within the holy name, similarly, the Krishna Prem is naturally there within the holy names. As the burning power is naturally there within the fire, I made wrong. As the burning power is naturally there within the fire, similarly, Krishna Prem is naturally there within the holy name. Krishna Prem and Krishna are not different because Krishna is always there during sadhana. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. So sadhak always see Krishna, and holy name chanting becomes so sweet, and the devotee just simply hanker to chant anytime, every time, because his heart is so happy by chanting, satisfied, and mind is so obedient, controlled. This is the topmost process to achieve the goal. What is the goal? To remain Nitya Yukta, engaged in devotional service to Lord, perpetually engaged and worship. Worshipping means pleasing Krishna. Process is Satatam Kirtanam. So today we have discussed these things today. I hope I have tried something here to explain this verse, which I also follow. And some of the verses which help me a lot, I mentioned to all of you. I hope this class has helped even little bit to you, and that is my happiness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanwad Pranam. Thank you so much, so much for this wonderful nectarian. Oh my God, I cannot even stop. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone have got benefited by your contagious class. Thank you so much. I learned so much about the process of achieving the goal of life from your lecture to achieve Krishna Prema by hankering and engaged in devotional service with determination and by always chanting the sweet holy name. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. So
Thank you,
in the
Shalom.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So by your permission, Mataji, can I share some programs for this week from
Yes, yes, you go ahead, please.
Okay, and also in the meantime, if anyone have a questions, please be ready. After that, everyone can ask questions. I'm pretty sure everyone will have it. Just let me share the screen. So today we have heard about from Savitri Devi Dasi Mataji. This week, Sunday, unfortunately, like because due to unforeseen circumstances, His Great Lal Govind Das Prabhu will not be able to give his association. But there is a good news. Another wonderful speaker, another wonderful devotee, and you don't want to miss his lecture. And his name is Ram Tulsi Prabhu will going to give the lecture. Please join on 25th July at our center. As everyone know, we have already opened from last week and we will continue by Krishna's mercy. And then apart from that, we have weekly Bhakti Vriksha classes, weekly Bhakti Vriksha sessions on Friday from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. You, if you have friends and family, you can just click over here on join us on this blue button and you will be connected with us. Every morning we have, like today Mataji have emphasized on chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I humbly request to everyone, please join our daily meditation where we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. EST. and also there is another opportunity to just be association with devotees by reading Bhagavad Gita every day from Monday. Actually, it's on weekdays from Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 12:15 p.m. Also, if you have any books, if you want to buy any books, it can be pick up or delivered. You can shop our new arrivals here. So we have a huge big list of all the books you can imagine. And if you want Hindi version or any kind of version, please let us know and we will make sure to get it for you. You can always subscribe to our programs, join our WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. This is what I have to share. Then I will come back to Mataji. Yes, so if anyone has any questions, please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask the questions. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Let's go on.
Hari
Can you hear
Bol,
me?
Gaurangi. Yes, I can
Hare
hear
Bol.
you. Hari Bol.
Okay, yeah. There was a couple things I had. One is you're encouraging us to have this greed for chanting, like a businessman has greed for making money, or
Oh,
a
yeah.
father,
Yeah.
yeah, or a father has that, burning desire to take care of his family. So, intellectually, we might understand that this is the best thing we can do for our lives. But, we're conditioned souls. So in our heart, maybe the desire of the heart is more, we can relate more to material aspirations than for the spiritual ones, even though we know, yes, material things are temporary, spiritual things are eternal. But, by intelligence alone or by intellect alone, you might not experience that burning desire. So how to come to that, bring that Krishna as the sadhya, as our burning desire. Even though we know intellectually, yes, that's the right thing,
Easy.
but
Easy, no doubt, no problem. So sukham kartum abhayam. Krishna is our suhridam sarvabhutanam. He's our best well-wishing friend. So therefore, whatever he says easily can be done. First point, if the intelligence is in between you and Krishna, give up intelligence. Dismiss your intelligence. That point Krishna said many, many times. Mai arpita mana buddhir mame vishyasya samshaya. If you remember.
no, I'm saying
2 times he said, let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
This buddhi, material buddhi, you have diagnosed very nicely. Buddhi is stuck here. Buddhi or mind is, forcing us to be stuck here. You have diagnosed that. Because this hankering is binding us here, right? Hankering we all have. We cannot stop it. We cannot stop this activity of the heart, hankering, right? Just we have to change the direction. You were going to the north, now you go to the south. That's it. You keep on driving. You have hankering, you have the hankering. Just turn the direction. Okay, now, if this material intelligence and mind is giving me the trouble or blocking my progress, spiritually give it up. Mayeva mana adatsva, mayi buddhim nivesha. Krishna is demanding. Krishna is demanding that. Give me your mind. Engage your intelligence in me, means give me. Mayi arpita manobuddhi, give me. Sarva dharman parityajo. The actual formula is given in that instruction. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam braja. What is then dharma? If Krishna says sab dharma, all dharmas you should give up. But there is a one dharma. Krishna, what Krishna is demanding, that is dharma. What he is demanding, take only one shelter, that is me. Mam ekam. So first thing is first. In this case, when the mind and intelligence are not obedient, materially addicted.
Mhm.
So first thing is first, make one shelter, that is Krishna. Just like a chaste wife has, so how many husbands? How many husbands? Or how
One
many
only.
shelters? Only one. Similarly, being a chaste part and parcel of Krishna, we must have one shelter. Shelter is one, Krishna. Now, if Krishna is my shelter, then Krishna's instruction is also my shelter only. Actually, devotees give up his own mind and intelligence completely. The soul is engaged in the service of the Lord, the heart. This is the best way to become engaged. The more we use our intelligence, intelligence is required to realize, understand the points. Okay, I'm already addicted. I have so many hankerings, which I am using for material end. So I'm stuck here. Uh-oh, it's not good for me. Change it. This much is needed for, the intelligence has the role here. Now you turn the steering, go to the other side. Same thing you just use for Krishna. Deep hankering and deep desire. Understanding Krishna is also there. Materially, Krishna is not here. Krishna is very neutral in the material realm. In the spiritual realm, he is so active. In the spiritual world, in Golokdham, Krishna is so active. Not in this material world. He remains passive and neutral as the witness in the form of Paramatma. How this Krishna can be very active, Krishna, for me, when the heart is open. This modern world is making us heartless, as if we do not have any heart. We only use the mind and intelligence, no heart. But Krishna is demanding our heart, actually. How? Just beg it from Krishna. Please take my mind away, take my intelligence away. Make me completely surrender unto you. Please help me, give me the strength to make this goal. I cannot do it on my own. That truthful prayer is also not there in the heart, actually. We are dishonest. We cheat ourselves. And we think we are very intelligent. If intelligence is not helping you, give up. Krishna, take it away. I don't need it. I need you. Then see what happens. You have your Krishna in the heart, and Krishna knows very well you, which cannot be possible for anyone. I do not understand everything for you or anyone, but Krishna, yes, because he is in your heart. So talk to him. Like placing order, like that, means beg for that facility. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. This formula is so beautiful. If you really deeply desire Krishna's relationship with you, he says, I will give you. Have faith in that? This much I can say. There's no magic. It's only surrender. Also the magic. Also it is magic.
I think it involves also a lot of like just forcing yourself to.
Not forcing, accepting. Just like a girl, it's very good example in the arranged marriage. For me, my case was arranged marriage, right? My parents selected a person, and my husband's parents also. Also, we knew through them, this is the person, and this is the girl, this is the boy. We only once met to each other. Then we decided, yes, I would marry her, I would marry him. Means the acceptance. A girl on the day of wedding accept. And you see the mantra in Christian world also. Do you accept this man as your husband? And the girl says, I do. And mantra, another mantra is, do you accept this girl as your wife? Yes, I do. See, both way. Similarly, exactly similarly, when the girl accepts a man as her husband, that acceptance has so much power. A whole life they remain together. There's no force actually, no force. Especially in this Western world, marriage is not forced. It's a matter of acceptance. Deep, deep acceptance. No matter what.
I guess I say force because it's not like, at this stage, it's not spontaneous, you know?
Well, try to understand this principle. I'm not saying anything else. I'm talking about the principle. Ultimately, that is the mantra of marriage. Do you accept her as your wife? Yes. Do you accept him as your husband? Yes. And Sanskrit mantras are also same. Means your heart is mine, mine heart is yours. The exchange of heart is there. Here, exchange of rings are there. Garland exchange means garland of exchange of whole being. You are mine, whole being is mine. And I'm yours, whole being. So once we accept Krishna as my everything, Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. And in that verse, Srila Prabhupada gave such a wonderful purport. Please read. Vasudeva Sarvam Iti. Is a matter of accepting. Krishna says, Mamai Vangsha Jivoloke. What's the difficult that I'm Krishna's? Then your anchor is lifted, isn't it? Your perception, your attachment of this material world is gone because intellectually you understand I was existing before the creation even. So I don't have anything to do with the creation. Means being in of this creation, I should not live. I can live here by the will of the Lord, whether I live here or there, from by being Krishna's. That's it. By being Krishna's. As soon as we become Krishna's, as soon as we accept only one shelter, that is Krishna, things become so sweet and simple. It's all for Krishna. Okay, this much I can explain. Nothing else. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if somebody else has a question. I had one other thing.
You should go ahead. I think there's no other.
Ramchand Prabhu have a question.
Huh?
Okay.
Because I didn't see any.
It's okay. Gil Mataji, you could go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, yeah, we always hear that we should chant aloud, maybe not loud, but at least so that we can hear ourselves. Because if we chant in the mind, then the thoughts can like begin to dominate. So, but I think you were suggesting that we chant in our mind only in the beginning, just to get a control over our mind so that we can focus more on the soft chanting, right?
You try suggesting because it helps me. The point is why we have to chant holy name by pronouncing so we can hear. This is the beginning. Because to capture the mind, hear the sound. So mind is hearing the sound. So mind is control, right? But chanting in the mind is not possible if lots of years of chanting, especially in the beginning, loudly is not there. Mind should hear the name. Now by mind should hear the name, then with the whispering also mind can hear the name. This ear is not the real sense. Actually, the mind is hearing actually. Suppose you are not mindful of anything, you may not hear, isn't it? Suppose something is going on, but if you are not mindful, you cannot hear. Yesterday it happened with me. I'm really little preoccupied with the program, how to celebrate my Guru Maharaj's first disciplines day. All of a sudden, one devotee here called me and she was saying something nice. I didn't hear any word. What an embarrassment. And just I heard, I'll come tomorrow to you. Then he said, are you coming tomorrow to my place? Then he said, no, not your place. I heard something. See how embarrassing. She was talking to me over phone and I didn't hear anything. It actually never happens to me because my mind was completely away from hearing and was absorbed what's next thing I should do because I'm new here and I need some help. Then I said, sorry, Mataji, so sorry, I didn't realize what you said. Next time I'll call you and try to understand what was what point. And she said, okay. She then disconnected. Then I realized, oh, hearing is involved with the mind, not just the external ear. If mind is not there, you cannot hear. It's also with the reading. You can read. If mind is not there, you cannot read. So mind. So if mind can chant, then real chanting. And it is also one of the process. First is loud chanting. Train up yourself. And it is not possible hours after hours loud chanting. For me, I become tired. And then whispering. Actual thing is mind is involved. Hearing the name. When in the mind, everyone is welcome to experiment that. Just remain still. Not the tongue is moving, not the lips, nothing. Withdraw all the senses inwardly. Close the eyes and everything. It's called inward journey. Inwardly, where the Lord is there inside. And then try chant. You can experiment. I didn't say this is the absolute thing to do. It helps me because I love chanting. That's true. Two things in my life I love. One chanting and one another is reading. And now in this stage, I cannot do anything else. These two things. And chanting, we should not think I am chanting. Chanting name, holy name is supremely independent. Rather surrender unto the holy name. You take over. Give the power of attorney to the holy name. Then the mind, the intelligence, everything will be so obedient and controlled. Then chanting will be so sweet. If it is not helping, it's fine. It's just suggestion. Anything you do, you are working from one place to another, just chant. In the mind, only mind. Mind must be actively involved. Chanting and hearing. Then soul must be involved. Chanting and hearing. Ultimately, soul chants. And during, at the time of death, the most critical time, we even cannot chant on our beads, cannot pronounce, cannot think anything. But if we are convinced I'm Krishna's, that feeling would come. Otherwise, whatever is my deep, wherever is my deep attachment, that will come. Oh, my son, oh, my family, oh, my wife, oh, my husband, oh, my money, oh, my house. But above all, when I accept this form, this truth, the eternal truth, Krishna is mine and I am Krishna's, that feeling will come. Mental chanting can be possible. Only, nothing at most. Nothing else is possible. Nothing else is possible. The cough comes from the lungs. The person dies pathetically, actually. All the senses become so inert, cannot do anything. But the feeling we always have, because I'm soul, consciousness is there. Body would not help me. Consciousness will help me. That I'm Krishna's. That consciousness will come. And that consciousness will take me to the spiritual world. Okay, these are all related together. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
My question is, so I've seen you and the family since almost 1993. You've been coming to the temple when both your sons were very little. And throughout, as they grew up, you've been very consistently being there. Your presence has always been there. You've been coming to every program. What was the motivation? Is it because you like Prabhuji family wants to go, so you went, or was it for the children? Was it because of your love for the moment? What was because you didn't live next to the temple, you lived pretty far in Stroudsburg. So I just want to understand consistency that you maintained.
Actually, we joined in 87 in New York because my husband was very busy person. So whenever possible, we used to go. In 1990, we moved to New Jersey. Since then, we've been going to New Jersey temple. As much as my husband's, schedule helped us. So gradually. So from 1990, we were involved in New Jersey. But taking active part began when Manu was little, grown, 3-year-old. in 1990 he was born. So 93 means 3-year-old. Then started to participate more. He was saying, what was the motivation behind driving force? Well, what I think, from my childhood, I had that inner calling, or inner calling or quest. From my beginning of my life, I was never ever attracted to anything material, as if something always keeping me restless, something I want, not possible in this, material things, which I want to achieve, which I'm not finding. And from childhood, I used to read Bhagavad Gita, not understanding. It gave me more restlessness. So many Bhagavad Gitas I used to read. And so many, and then started to read great men's life stories. Means sadhu santa. In India, millions, thousands of sadhu santas are there. And the books are available in the library. That time, there's no internet or phone. All you have to go to the library, get the books. In my college life, some other, it's God's, Krishna's plan. I was exposed to the Gaudiya Math. I started to check. Although since our childhood, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra always they are part of life, but regularly started chanting when I was in college. I loved it. That's it. Now I understand the holy name is the resting place of the living soul. I just loved it. Chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra felt good. Whenever I don't feel good, chant Hare Krishna, I feel good. Now after marriage, I was always praying to Lord, whoever would my husband, he would be, so make him favorable for bhakti. Very private life, internal life. And Krishna's inconceivable mercy, my husband was so wonderful person, very innocent person. He was also very inclined spiritually from the beginning of his life. And he has seen lots of hardship in his life. His father was killed by the Muslim in Bangladesh military when he was in college, just first year of medical college. The unrest in Bangladesh. So many things happened in his life. He had to take so many responsibilities in his life, but also he had that deep question, disturbing question, why us? Why we had to go through so many miseries? That question troubled him so much. We did not do anything to anyone. We were innocent. Why? That was his part. My part, that I'm searching something I'm not getting. When we came together, both things combined, I think. And when I came to New York, I never wanted to come to New York, America. I never wanted to leave India. I love India. I love to be in India. I never wanted to come. Some other, my husband convinced me, if we cannot live in America, we'll go back. Okay. So we came, and when we came to America in New York City, one day I cried very much. Where is Krishna? And I knew Prabhupada had come to New York, and he actually started a movement of chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That I knew. But where is that temple? How to get in? We didn't know, because that time only help us the phone book or asking people. both of us. Then I told my husband, try to locate ISKCON temple. We want to go to ISKCON. And he said, how to get? We just arrived in August 87. How to go, where to go, new to the country. And he was little boy, 1-year-old boy. Then I cried. And we went, in the night, I had a dream. Oh, Krishna said, I'm here. Okay, then I understood. Okay, we'll get some temple. At the time, not many temples were there. And we didn't search for any Hindu temple, only ISKCON. And then by asking ISKCON, when we went to Brooklyn temple, I feel at home. So what was the driving force? This connection with Krishna. It was natural. I think it was not from this life, maybe previous life. Naturally, we were attracted. Nobody preached to us. Nobody gave any book or anything. And my husband was so wonderful person. Whatever said, together, agreed. Husband and wife also has some other side. Sometimes they argue or some, but for spiritual life, nothing, no disagreement. No at all. No. Yes, all yes. No disagreement. So I think little attraction for Krishna, little love for Krishna was there. And this is the sweetest rasa. Now I have discovered that. This is the driving force. Just like in this world, Gaurangi was saying, the greedy man. Greedy man's greed is the driving force, isn't it? The greedy man is never satisfied making profit only. He wants more, increase profit. He does not spend a moment without thinking of how to make profit. Abhyartha kalatvam. Rupa Goswami's all formulas are applicable. Abhyartha kalatvam. Not to waste any moment. Namagane sadaruchi. This is for spiritual life. And they're, making arrangement for profit. Tad vismarane param vyakulata. If I cannot chant, feeling so distraught. Oh, I have spent the time without thinking of Krishna, without chanting. Means a greedy businessman. Oh, I have wasted my time. I didn't make plan to get more money. The driving force, the pleasure. A greedy man, by seeing the money, feels so happy. Devotees are like that. Never satisfied. Greedy, very greedy. Laulam. Now greediness is how to get there face to face. Be there. That greediness. Actually, this rasa is dormant in everyone's heart. Just needs little favorable condition. Give yourself a try. Just like fire is present within the matchstick. Just give it a try. Strike it. The fire will come out. Because we are all Krishnas, part and parcel. We are of same quality, eternally. Eternally, we are one with Krishna also. Eternally different means different position. So oneness is there. By realizing the oneness, means we are Krishna's own, and Krishna is my own, is the driving force. It feels so good, natural. All right. I don't know.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anything?
If anyone has another question, please ask.
Yes.
Mata, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for giving this wonderful class. It's really a lot of new points we came across, and a lot of new things to learn from this process. One of the question I have is related to fear. And in the previous lecture, one of the Prabhuji's lecture, I mean, I heard the formula of surrendering Krishna, like how we can do 100% surrender to Krishna. He gave the formula like faith minus fear is equal to surrender. So in a spiritual life as well as a material life where we are in the grahastha ashram, there is always fear. And in your past story also, you came across a lot of hurdles, lot of issues that you described just now. So what is exactly process to reduce that fear and go into more surrendering mode? And besides this uh, association, chanting, reading, what other process you followed to reduce that fear? And what is the real process? I mean, that's what I'm like trying to understand here.
Mahaprabhu gave the supreme process for anything you want to achieve. Chanting can give you. See, surrendering is hard. So Mahaprabhu gave us chanting. Can you chant Hare Krishna? Yes. When you chant Hare Krishna, that means we are surrendered to Krishna. Just increase that. Ultimately, 100% surrender. Another way to understand, why do we fear? Fear is there without a strong shelter. That we are convinced completely that shelter will protect me in all respects. Also, the shelter will love me. The heart is hankering for love, affection. Where is the shelter that can fulfill all the requirements? Krishna. So know about Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is infinitely powerful, Sarva Samartha, and he's all pervading. He's also within, without, everywhere. So who could be better shelter? And Krishna is ordering also, take only one shelter, that is me. Because we are not taking proper shelter, we are always afraid. Example can be given. All the animals are afraid of lion. But the lion's cub is not afraid of lion. Isn't it?
True.
Who could be fearless in the presence of lion? The lion cub. Similarly, this world without Krishna is fearful. But Krishna's part and parcel, being Krishna's part and parcel, and under his shelter, that fear can be gone. Rather, you feel everything is so exciting. Any form, any challenge is there, you can call out Krishna. Krishna will do it. When you become Krishna's, it's all Krishna's responsibility to take care of me. My responsibility is to chant. For example, how to surrender 100%. This is another way to understand how to become Krishna's 100%. Just like that, we give 100% to any relationship, isn't it? A wife thinks, I'm 100% a wife. A mother thinks, I'm 100% mother, you know? A mother doesn't think, oh, I'm 20%, 25% mother, 75% something else. Never. I'm 100% a mother. I'm 100% a father. And any relationship demands that 100%, isn't it?
True.
Then the relationship is very enjoyable, very enjoyable. So when we become Krishna's 100%, this is 100% surrender. I'm yours. This is my opinion. This is Krishna's claim. Try to understand. It's so wonderful. Suppose you have gone to a new country, nobody knows you, but the king personally comes to you and says, welcome, you are mine. I know you. Please come in. How wonderful it would be. Who is the king of the whole creation? He is personally speaking. You are mine. Eternally, you are mine. This word describes everything. He loves us eternally. He knows us eternally. He is concerned about us eternally. You are mine. See, Krishna's feeling of mindness is all pervading because he is in everything and in everyone, and all the souls belong to him. Just from our side, we lack. We are not at all interested. But if any powerful businessman, any powerful famous man says, you are mine, come to me, and offers his friendship to us, we feel so fortunate. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That person is extending himself as my friend. And I feel so fortunate having personal connection with this famous man. Who could be more famous than Krishna? He is speaking. You are mine. Just from our side, we have to say, yes, I'm yours. How much? 20%, 30%, or 100%? We are 100% Krishna's part and parcel. This truth we have to accept. Then all things will be achieved, can be achieved. Supreme process given by Krishna in the form of his devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also gave us the identity of the holy name, Sarva Shaktiman, holy name. Krishna has placed all his personal Shakti, Nija Sarva Shaktis, in the holy name. Just we can chant and be empowered. Just like if you touch the very high voltage power, you will be Krishna electrocuted or electrolyzed, whatever. Electrified, sorry. Electrified. Similarly, you chant the holy name, touching the holy name with the tongue or touching Krishna with the tongue, you will be Krishnaized. So powerful. Spiritually, we can become so powerful, we cannot imagine. Becoming spiritually powerful means becoming spiritually purified. So the fear, the material attachment, Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, anger, all be gone. Krishna says in 4th chapter, Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, Manmaya, Mam Upashrita. When you become Krishnamaya, completely involved with Krishna, Krishna's name, Krishnamaya, life should be Krishnamaya, life should be Bhajanmaya, life should be Nammaya, full with chanting, full with Krishna. Mam Upashrita, taking my full shelter, then everything will be solved. And this can be done with the holy name. Holy name is supremely independent. Holy name protects us. Holy name is the shelter. Holy name is the resting place of the soul. Holy name is Krishna's embrace. Holy name is Krishna's lotus feet. Everything for us. Please try. Krishna will reciprocate. As you are surrendering to Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate. All right.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice answer. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Mahaprabhu's process cannot be avoided, cannot be ignored, cannot be neglected. It's all in all. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything?
Hare Krishna. This is Prabhakar. I have a brief question. I heard that you were stationed in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, a long time back. I have 3 children. When they were growing up, we sent them to Strasbourg camp, Hindu camp. Are you familiar with that one? It is in the 80s.
I heard there was a camp, but we never been there because we're involved in the ISKCON.
No, it's not part of the ISKCON, but
right. So never been there.
So they had a extensive training of Hindu principles and things like that, full time. And I was happy to send them because I didn't find any camp where I could trust them to be taken care of. So I thought you might be aware of. That's all my was.
We had our own program in ISKCON. We also took kids in different places as a camp, other things. Training was there differently. I don't have any idea, Prabhu. Sorry, I don't have any idea. We heard the camp was there because we are all involved in ISKCON. Okay.
As it was run by American lady and other groups, American people, and they had a priest from India, taking the lead of teaching the prayers and things like that. So I was happy that they found some place where they can go for a camp. So that is the only reason why I asked. Thank you very much.
Oh, I see. But one thing is that we don't consider ourselves Hindu. We are not Hindus. We are Krishnas. We are Krishnan. Prabhupada said, you say you are Christian, we say Krishnan. We don't connect, we do not identify ourselves with Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or any other group. We identify ourselves with Krishna. If Krishna is Hindu, we are Hindu. Krishna is Christian, we are Christian. If Krishna is Brahman, we are Brahman. Whatever Krishna as his part and parcel, we are same. We are Sanatan. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Anything?
Yes, Subhadrani Mataji, last question from Subhadrani Devi Dasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Then Mataji, wonderful class, Mataji, as usual. But I don't know how much I can follow in this. Mataji, you explained about the greediness, Mataji. So, how I can improve my greediness in bhakti, chanting?
Oh, good question. I like it. It's very straightforward, simple. Greediness is required. Is there for something, just you turn the direction to Krishna. Pray to Lord. I'm weak in greediness for you. Please make my greediness strong. Again, ye yatha mam prapadyante. Have that formula. Have that formula always before you. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. Tang stataiva bhajamyaham. If you want to go with a great speed toward Krishna, Krishna will do it. Let him do it. Give all the power of attorney to Krishna. Give all the power of attorney to holy name and see the magic. You have identified very nicely that strong desire is required. Example is the greediness, which is abominable in this world. That can be utilized wonderfully by turning the direction. That's why those things are there. It has proper utility, strong desire to enter into the association of Krishna. That was the purport in this 9:14 text. That greediness should be there. What is the English word? The squeaky hinge gets the oil. No? Have you heard it? Huh?
No, no.
No? The doors or windows, they have hinges. Sometimes it makes squeaky sound.
Yes, Mataji.
Right? Then you put the oil, that becomes smooth. Right?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Right? So make the sound. Claim to the Lord. I want this, the greediness, the hankering, the desire. Without it, I cannot have any peace. Pray to Lord. Ye yatamam prapadanti. Again, Krishna is there within your heart. He knows you best. Who knows you best? Not me, not anyone, not even you. But Krishna knows you. Mama Ivamsha Jivaloke. Did we know it? No. Krishna knows it. Everything is coming from Krishna. Our relationship and everything. Mama Ivamsha Jivaloke. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Come back to me. Mam upatya tu kaunteya punarjanma navidyate. Come back to me. Then there has been no more birth and death. The opportunity is here. Why not to grab it? Krishna, I want to go to you. That's Srila Prabhupada's point. Entering into the association of Krishna, then there will be no birth and death. There will be no fear, nothing. Birth, death, old age, and diseases, and miseries, and fear, anger, greed, lust, these are all troublesome things. As long as we'll be here, it's a samsara dabanal. How can we get peace? When the house is on fire, who can live peacefully? Can you tell me? Why should we keep our mind into this world? Means you are touching fire, you are in the fire. Samsara is davanal. Still we are not convinced. Desiring anything material means I am pushing myself into the fire, forest fire, to burn. First thing first, in the early morning, we remind ourselves, samsara davanal. Get out. Get out. Take the shelter of Krishna, get out. Mahaprabhu said, Mahadabagni. This material world is nothing but great forest fire. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it will extinguish. Guarantee is given by Mahaprabhu. Cheta Darpana Marjanam, Bhava Mahadabagni Nirvapanam. Just give yourself a try. So I'm very happy to hear your desire. How can we increase our greediness for Krishna? Wonderful. That is required. See, this process is completely different than yoga, jnana, tapa. See that? Dan, any other dharma. It's totally different. You want to have Krishna's connection, just have that great desire, the greediness. Increase the fire of hankering. Completely different process. Acquiring this, how to achieve love of God is really different than any other process. Ved Adhayan, austerity, fasting, so many processes are there in the Vedas. But this process is most unique. The squeaky hinge gets the oil. Okay.
Yes.
Best question.
Thank you.
All right. I think we are over time.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for